A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News. Come to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I'm Florine Rajendran. Before going to the stories in detail, here's a look at the headlines. Committee appointed to look into corruption and irregularities within the Ministry of Ports. A new measure undertaken to accept complaints of the public at the Colombo Municipal Council. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott survives a party confidence vote on his leadership. Death toll at the Cairo soccer stadium stampede rises to 25. In those stories in detail now, the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Aviation says that steps are being taken to appoint a committee to look into corruption and irregularities within the Ministry of Ports. Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation Arjuna Ranatunga said that discussions have commenced in this regard. He said representatives of the Port Union will be included in the committee.
We are holding discussions and we will appoint a team to investigate this. We have spoken to a number of experienced judges. This institution cannot move forward if we, together with the Director Board, conduct this investigation. So we are holding discussions to appoint a committee very soon to conduct investigations into the anomalies in the Ports Authority. We hope to make union members also be a part of this committee because the ownership is mostly with the employees at this authority. We hope to take their contribution to look into these anomalies.
Leader of the Democratic People's Front, Mano Ganeshan, requests that the franchise of the Tamil people not to be taken away forcefully. He made this statement attending an event at the public gathering at the Hindu Cultural Centre in the Central Province.
I make a request from the leader of the UNP, Ranil Wickremesinghe, and President Maithripala Sirisena and the other ministers and members of parliament. Order and inform your candidates to not use force to take away the Tamil people's right to vote. For we are only left with the right to vote. We will use the ballot and not the bullet.
Chief Minister of the Uva Province engaged in a tour to the Makul Al area in Veragala in Bandaravela. He made this statement with regard to the unlawful Uma Oya project.
I have been facing a severe problem from last September till now. You are a group of people living in a rural village.
කනගාටුවක් දක්වන අතරදිම තාම මේ දේශපාලන ක්‍රමවේදය තුල පුටුව හම්බුණාට හැන්ද අතර හම්බ වෙලා.
So we are faced with a small problem, or else we would never have let this issue get out of hand.
එච්චර දුර යන්නට කිසි විටකින් අපි ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Meanwhile, Minister of Internal Affairs and Fisheries Joseph Michael Pereira attended a ceremony in Galle yesterday.
We have given your households a 100-day program. This is the opportune moment to speak of this. In the 100-day program, the first concession was the fuel subsidy. This is important. When considering the fuel subsidy, we have to make a special note of the fisher folk. We must keep in mind Mr. Anthony, who sacrificed his life in a protest in Chilao when requested for a fuel subsidy. Then, in the 100-day program, a unique feature is the fuel reduction. If they were able to reduce the price of fuel back then, Anthony will still be alive today.
The Colombo Municipal Council is taking steps to set up a new smartphone app that enables the general public to lodge their complaints. Via the app, the public will be able to directly lodge their complaints to the CMC. It will now be possible to send pictures of locations conducive to the breeding of dengue mosquitoes. Chief Medical Officer of the CMC, Dr. Ruan Vijayamuni, said that the app will be introduced to the public this week. Ceylon Teachers Union charges that there are attempts made to appoint an arbitrary interim committee to the Education Cooperative Society.
The General Council was convened on the 3rd of January 2009. Subsequent to this meeting, 14 people were appointed as board directors. This was valid for 36 months. After 2 years and 4 months, the Sri Lanka Independent Teachers Association compiled charges based on false allegations. They misled the court, and this resulted in an injunction being issued against the board of directors. On the 12th of May in the year 2011, former Minister of Cooperatives Johnston Fernando appointed an interim committee in an arbitrary manner. We informed the subject Minister of Cooperatives, Jayavikrama Pereira, with regard to this matter on 2 occasions. We understood what was taking place. They were going to make an illegal appointment of another subcommittee. It is those who are elected by the General Council that should be seated within the Board of Directors. It has been close to 4 years since this interim committee has been appointed by Johnston Fernando, and he has been heading this. This interim committee does not take responsibility for its members. Thereby, a huge sum of money has been swindled in the recent past, as well as widespread corruption and discrepancies have also been taking place.
අති විශාල මූල්‍ය වංචා අක්‍රමිකතා දූෂණ සිදුවිලා තිබෙනවා.
The All Ceylon Teachers Union also charged that a proper tender procedure was not followed for the construction of the Mahindodaya laboratory.
දැන් මම අභියෝග කරනවා බන්දුල ගුණවර්ධනට. එයා ඇමති කාලේ අපිත් එක්ක සාකච්ඡා වලට ආවේ නැහැ. ද්විතීක පාසල් 1000ක් හදන්න මේ ආණ්ඩුව කටයුතු කළා. තිබුණු ආණ්ඩුව කටයුතු කළා.
We are going to put forth a challenge. Former Minister Bandula Gunawardhan did not hold discussions with us. The former government wanted to make 1,000 secondary schools. So far, they have only constructed 825 schools. A sum of 8 to 15 million rupees has been allocated for the construction of the laboratory. No tenders were called for this. They did not follow a proper tender procedure to supply equipment such as computers as well as other equipment for the laboratories.
විද්‍යාගාර උපකරණ මිලදී ගන්න, ගණිතාගාර උපකරණ මිලදී ගන්න, භාෂාගාර සඳහා උපකරණ මිලදී ගන්න, ලීබඩු මිලදී ගැනීමට කටයුතු කළා. ඒ වගේ නියමිත ටෙන්ඩර් පටිපාටි අනුගමනය කළේ නැහැ.
And that's a wrap of lunchtime news here at News First. For the News First team, I'm Florine Rajendran. Have a wonderful day ahead of you.
Hotline 0114